Hi, welcome to You Can Do Medicine. My name's Tom, and it's good to see you. So, today's video is going to be about why I chose medicine and why am I doing medicine. And so, a lot of this actually goes back to my previous career. So, we'll start back with my working history, I suppose. So, when I left school, I didn't leave with many qualifications. I grew up in Glasgow and I just wasn't really interested in university. I did go to do mechanical engineering for a couple of years, but I really wasn't that involved in it. Um, I did start working in the hospitality industry, just in pubs as bar staff, and I just as a hobby got right into craft beer. I suppose that I was one of the early days beer hipsters out there. And from there, I an opportunity came up in London, and I moved down there, worked my way up until I had the opportunity to open a pub. So I opened that with two other great guys, and over the next 6 years, we went on to open nine pubs, one in Brighton and eight in London, and had a fantastic time. It was amazing. My job or my role was operations manager, HR manager, and so I was the face of the company and the just the day-to-day running of it. Now, in that, you do get a real insight into people's lives, your management and whatnot that you're working with very closely. You perhaps in the hospitality industry get to see a greater insight into people's lives than you do working in an office, maybe. And I saw some real tragedies and had to deal with some quite difficult situations. And I knew that I wanted to help people in a way that I couldn't with what I was doing, basically. And so I made a really difficult choice back in 2017 to get out of it, and I moved back to Glasgow to try and figure out how I could help people in the way that I envisaged. And I was trying to do it without studying. To be honest, I was trying to see if there was industries out there that I could get into to do it. But again, I just don't think that in this day and age, maybe you can't get into that kind of thing without qualifications. So accepted my fate that I was going to have to go back and study, and got into Kelvin College. Initially, I had planned to do mental health nursing, um, but I got into the Men into Care course originally, and then the opportunity to do the Access Intro to Medicine course came up. Now, at that stage, I still thought that I just wanted to do mental health nursing because that was the route that I could see. I never actually thought in the start that I would have that it was a possibility for me to do medicine. I thought I was too old. I thought that I wouldn't be clever enough, and that um, yeah, it just wasn't on my. Uh, I wasn't thinking about it at all. So I, I a few months in, even the teachers were saying, you're doing very well in the course. Maybe you should start to think about it. And I started to speak to a few doctors that I know, some friends, family who are either consultants or some were right at the end of their specialty training, and they're very encouraging. They really said, it'll be the most difficult thing you ever do, but it will, you can certainly do it. And I started to look into the possibility of it. Um, Now, what really did become clear was that this was going to be a lifetime thing to commit to. You know, I could maybe go into other careers and then in 15 years' time decide to change again. But it was clear everyone was saying that if this is what you're going to do, you're going to be doing it until you retire. Yeah, I'm 37 now, and the amount of effort that I'll be putting into this, the amount of studying, and just the length of the training period before you're into your specialty years and getting to consultancy roles, decades. So um, that was something I had to consider. But such is my fairly unique position in life. I'm a free person. I don't have dependents really, and so I was able to do it, and everyone was very open and honest with it and said, if you're going to commit to this, it will completely dominate your life, and uh, don't take this on lightly. But I just decided to go for it. From looking into it, rather than looking at psychology, I was looking at psychiatry long term, and I started to like see the path that I could go down. And I'm quite a driven person. I'm quite a ambitious person. My kind of motto in work was always, if you're going to do something, do it right or not at all. And I felt as though that really applied to this. Um, and so, yeah, I mean, I know that this is going to be a very difficult uh, journey for me to do, but coming into medicine, that I suppose that was the inspiration behind it from a sort of practical life side. In terms of actually doing it, I think I've always had a good scientific mind. I think I've always been able to get a good grasp of chemistry, um, physics as well, though not overly helpful doing medicine. Biology was something that's totally new to me. I'd never studied biology. I just knew it from documentaries would be my insight into biology before I started the college course. Um, but I think that the the key things there were that I enjoy learning. That and when I was in the beer world, I completely taught myself everything about the beer world, and I got to the stage where I was one of the beer experts of the UK. I judged at international beer competitions. I could teach people about the history of beer styles around the world and these kind of things. And so the ability to learn was certainly there. And it would be just moving it from that hobby passion, if you like, of the craft beer world into something that was far more professional and far more scientific. So again, was that something that I wanted to do? And again, it was a yes for me. And yeah, so the key thing behind it for me has always been that initial feeling, whenever anyone says to me, why have you decided to do this? It always goes back to the fact that I want to help people in a way that I was unable to, in working in the pubs there. Um, I didn't think that I was going to go on do medicine from it, but it's going to be one of the best ways to do it, and um, having the opportunity to do it surprised me. But once I learned that I could, it was a no-brainer. Now that I'm here doing it, it's definitely been the right choice. I'm so glad that I didn't go for the safe option, and decided, why not? Like, just take the risk, go for it, and it's worked out. Um, Very long path ahead, very, very long path ahead, but I'm sure it'll be worth it. Anyway, that's us for today, so I'll see you soon. Bye.